Welcome back to The Will of the Hunted. My name is AJ Nichols, and this week's guest is a fast growing social media influencer who is using her experiences and optimistic sense of humor to document the trans experience online. From making witty memes to crafting insightful breakdowns of social dynamics, she has amassed over 10,000 followers just between TikTok and Instagram since July of this year. After I discovered her reels and became a fan myself, I've been honored to be able to collaborate with her on one of my own projects and share her adaptation called Trans Ed, where she breaks down new trans terminology every Tuesday. Please welcome my friend, Afra. This podcast is for support and commentary only, not professional advice. I am not a licensed clinician. This podcast might be triggering to some listeners as we have honest discussions about trauma, but we have lighter conversations about mental health and identity as well. And if you need help, go to thewillofthehunted.com/resources. And remember, you are not alone.
Hi, it's so nice to finally sit down and talk with you in person.
Yes, same with you. I'm so excited, and I've been a huge fan of your content since probably early this fall, late this summer.
Yeah, same here. I found your content through Instagram and I've been a fan since day one, since immediately when I found it.
Thank you. The reel that of yours that made me immediately a fan was you did like a transphobe using self checkout.
Huh? Use pin pad to complete transaction.
Yeah, I what's funny is I was literally at the store earlier that day and came up with the idea because you hear it like 1,000 times in your lifetime, like use pin pad to complete transaction. Like anytime you go to the grocery store, you hear it. And I was like, oh, this would be funny.
Do you come up with most of your ideas for reels just like going through normal life?
Pretty much, yeah. Or like I'll go through like TikTok's recommended like audios and be like, oh, this can apply to something, and I'll come up with the idea for it later.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So, first question, how would you describe yourself in your own words?
I would say that I'm an educator first. My goal is to educate people and inform people and create like a safe space to talk about trans topics and queer topics generally. Um, and that goal has largely been successful already, and I've only been doing this since late July.
Yeah.
The content I think that you were just describing is, funnily enough, was originally like my B-roll content, like plan B or whatever for me. That's kind of like the content to fill the gaps because you can only talk about so many trans topics. There's a lot of talk to talk about, but I can't sit down and do a minute video every day because every minute that it takes for me to film probably takes like 5 to 6 hours for me to edit.
Wow.
I can't keep up that kind of level of consistency like every single day.
Right. How many reels are you putting out a week? Did you say like 17 or something this summer?
I would say that at the moment I'm averaging like 14 to 20, bare minimum 14 a week.
Do you have a background in video editing?
Funnily enough, not really. Um, I like growing up always wanted to do like content creation. So I like did a little bit of it here and there, but I never really committed to it until like July. I think it took transitioning to really be confident enough in myself to actually commit to this.
It's very brave to be willing to kind of put yourself out there and talk about like your own experiences, and even just being a trans person in general making content online can be really scary, especially in like today's political climate. So that makes a lot of sense that you kind of got to a place where you felt like I can do this.
Yeah. I mean, I also have like a little bit of photo editing experience, but I'm literally learning in real time as I'm doing this. Most of this is just me getting better as I do it.
Yeah, your editing is really impressive.
Thank you. Thank you.
I think I've heard the story before online, but for those who are new to your content, how did you choose your name Afra?
So I chose my name literally because during the pandemic, when I was finding out that I was not cis, um, I was doom scrolling through YouTube Shorts because we were all stuck inside and I had nothing else better to do. And I found somebody just talking about like Star Wars comics, and about this really niche character called Dr. Afra, who she's kind of like a trickster, and I am a sucker for tricksters in media, and kind of plays Darth Vader and gets her way with things.
Hmm.
And instantly I was like, oh, that's so cool. And she has a cool name. I've never heard it before. It's mine now. And
Copyrighted.
that's how I came up with my name.
That's so cool. I keep seeing these memes online where it's like trans women coming up with their name versus like cis women picking out names for their kids. And it's like for trans people, it's like, yeah, like the underworld, like the Greek goddess Persephone, like I just wanna like give Greek mythology versus like my daughter's gonna be named Emily.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I like the more creative names so much more.
Yeah. There has to be like lore attached to it. There has to be like world building.
Yeah, I actually put out like a while ago. It's like one of my more popular ones, especially on TikTok. Like a reel asking people for like their origin stories, and it blew up, and to a point where like I couldn't respond to everybody.
Yeah.
But for a while there, like it was really interesting hearing like how many different stories people had. Like it ranged from like stories like that, like, oh, I had this really like interesting, like I wanted to pay homage to like this Greek god, or I wanted to honor my friend from like I picked it up on a baby name website. But it was
Yeah.
cool. It was cool to hear like everybody's stories, and that's what I love about this, like learning people's lived experiences. It's so cool.
What was the point when you realized that you wanted to become a content influencer? Did anyone or anything like specifically inspire you?
I originally was posting on Instagram just as like a life update thing
Yeah.
for like years and years and years and years. And without even realizing it, pictures that I would post on Instagram automatically went over to Threads. And that's where I started, because I
Oh.
posted in like April, like a bunch of like more feminine pictures of me than I had really ever posted on Instagram. And one of them just blew up on Threads, just
Whoa.
randomly. And then I started posting on there, and that was going all right. And I met like some great people on there. And then I was like, okay, why don't I try and do this, but like educational on Instagram? And that's kind of where it started. I was also like generally inspired by a couple people, a couple that are immediately coming to mind. Saber's a big one.
Yep.
Um, I really like her educational stuff the most. And Ivory Soar, who
Yeah.
I'm lucky enough to call a friend now.
Really?
And yeah, but she was somebody that like would make educational or like funny things, mainly funnier, like interesting things. And I was inspired by that, I guess, too.
That's really cool.
Yeah, and it helps that she's like a really good friend and like a great person too. Genuinely great person.
Yeah. I love her content too.
Yeah, she's great. Especially like the stuff she put out around Halloween. Great. Phenomenal.
Yeah. What's been the most rewarding aspect or moment of your social media career so far?
I'd say the most rewarding part for me is when people have told me that I've helped educate them and help them realize that they're trans or realize that they're queer through what I've posted. I've only been doing this a couple months, since late July. To have people tell me already that I've helped them realize something so important to my life and so many others, like that is something truly incredible.
That's awesome. And like I totally agree. Like I think one of your superpowers as a content creator is you have this amazing sense of humor and this ability to tackle like what could be perceived as like polarizing or controversial like social dynamics or things like about like trans like safety and different things, and just find a way to like make it funny and make it relatable. And it takes all of the tension out of it, and it's just fun. And that's been really really cool, is to see you just like talk about like politics and like bathrooms and things in just such a very light way that anyone can kind of be entertained by but also learn something.
Yeah, and that's another part of my goal too that I glanced over in the intro, but um, to normalize trans people because not everybody knows a trans person. And that's part of the original reason I started this, especially like in video format, to show people that I've met over the years, like, hey, turns out you know a trans person. It's me.
When did you realize that you were trans?
I realized during the pandemic, like around late 2020 to 2021. Originally, I came out as non-binary, but over time, like I began like I guess experimenting, for lack of a better word, with like femininity.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd say the moment that I definitively was like, no, I'm more feminine is like April, because I reached in my personal life like a breaking point at that time,
Yeah.
and then was lucky to have like a week where I was just free from like everything, from like all my obligations at the time. I was like, all right, I'm gonna dress more femininely. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna see how I feel. Um, and I haven't looked back. It's been great.
Wow.
And so it originally it was 4 to 5 years ago. But I guess more like in the sense that I'm presenting now since April.
Wow. So did you start your medical transition this year?
I actually started it over 2 years ago, funnily enough.
Wow.
Specifically at the time, I had thought that at the time I had gone in thinking, no, I don't have dysphoria. I just want to look less masculine. Turns out that the more, the longer that I was on estrogen, the more I realized, no, wait, I had dysphoria. I just didn't realize what it was.
Okay. And you just announced that you got on progesterone. So congratulations.
Thank you. I'm now on, let me think, day 3 is going to be tonight.
Wow. How has it been so far?
It's been good, but I'm still waiting for the effects to kick in. I just started it, but I'm very excited. It was very, very, very exciting.
Yeah. It's like I started progesterone a few years ago because estrogen, I kind of saw like I kind of hit the wall with what estrogen would do for me. And I was like, but I still feel like really flat chested. And my doctor was like, well, we can try progesterone. So it's definitely helped.
How's it been for you?
Oh, progesterone?
Yeah,
Good. Like I don't even think about it anymore. I think it makes me feel much more holistically female, besides just like kind of like the estrogen rush. I don't know if that makes sense. Like
it does.
it like completes like the feminine experience, I guess. It also like it's definitely helps with like hair growth and like breast growth and stuff too. So
That's good. That's good. I'm looking forward to like seeing all the changes and doing like a stitch to that video in like a couple months.
yeah, that'll be really cool to kind of hear your updates and see your progress and everything.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
On your page, you've shared pictures of yourself as a dancer early on or even before your transition. What was it like in the dance scene, and did you start transitioning while you were in the dance scene?
So I actually started transitioning after dance. I danced for 12 years of my life. Most of my childhood was growing up through the dance world. It was a lot, especially for like the latter half of those years. It consumed like every waking moment of my free time. I did not really have the time or the energy to figure out who I was until the pandemic literally forced everybody to stop, including me. That's how I got up, stopped doing dance. As an art form, like in a vacuum, it's very cool. I still enjoy it as an art form, but socially, especially ballet, it's like very conservative,
Mm.
very, very conservative. And they have a lot more skeletons in their closet than they're willing to stay publicly.
So like kind of dance moms energy.
Yeah, at best,
Yeah.
especially with like like eating disorders. That's the big one.
Yeah.
And ballet, like that kind of environment professionally enables it.
That must have been like a difficult environment to be able to kind of have the freedom to explore your identity. So, like you said, like when the pandemic stopped everything, you kind of were able to be like, okay, who am I? Versus like
Exactly.
what am I training so hard to be that other people want to see?
Exactly. And I guess that's where I get some of my stage performance from, is from there. But it was very, very rigid, especially with the gender roles. Everything in ballet is very like very rigid. There's no fluidity any in almost any of it.
Wow, that makes sense. Do you ever feel like compelled to go back to the dance world or like kind of dance on your own?
At times I have. I I've kind of moved over to like rock climbing and bouldering now, and that's what I do to stay active. And I found that that kind of like environment is much more like chill and laid back. People are so incredibly non-judgmental there. I don't feel pushed to do anything I don't want to. People are very helpful. Like I'll be struggling on a climb, and people will just walk up and like off be like, oh yeah, I'm struggling on that too, or like, oh, I just did that one, this is what helped me. Like people are so chill, and I've never felt unsafe while rock climbing, never. And that says volumes, because I would walk into dance and feel unsafe almost every single day for most of my dance career.
Do you do like outdoor rock climbing or do you do like the indoor walls with the harnesses?
Oh no, I stay indoors. I have a fear of heights.
So for having a fear of heights and doing rock climbing and you say that that's safer than dance says a lot.
Yep. I mean, if you find, I don't want to speak completely ill on dance. If you find like a good local small scale studio that isn't pushy, it can be a good experience. But like a lot of it, like especially the ones that are trying to push you to be professional, to keep reaching higher, like it's toxic.
I'm so glad that you found rock climbing and, you know, like found spaces where you feel safer and like more supported.
Thanks. Thanks. Yeah. It's been, it took a lot, and it was all consuming dance, and definitely suppressed a lot of who I was. And there's a lot of trauma that comes from that. But I'm in a much better place now.
I'm glad. Besides rock climbing, which is something I would never would have guessed, like based on like what I know about you, what are like some other things that the Aphrodites may not know?
Um, oh, that is a great question. I actually do teach rock climbing too, occasionally. Like teach just beginners how to rock climb. I'm not like a professional rock climber, but I can at least teach the basics. And that's been really rewarding too. So I do have some experience like outside of here as an educator in a way, which I bring some of that energy back here and vice versa. And I don't know, I try and project myself a lot.
That's really cool. You should do like a Trans Ed Tuesday where you're like hanging off a wall and it's
Oh, that'd be cool. That would be cool. Oh my gosh, you're giving me great ideas.
taking your content to new heights.
Yes, literally. Or like on the top of the wall or something. Oh,
Yeah.
that'd be so cool.
And that'd be like visually just something so like what?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I gotta do that. I got to figure out a way to do that. You're so right.
That'd be really cool to see. Has it been challenging opening yourself up and your own transition to criticism online? And what keeps you moving?
In some ways, yes. But I kind of I started this with the assumption that there would be challenges and that trans people, especially now, have inherently a huge target on their back. And especially putting yourself out there like you and I are, that just enlarges the target. I know that there are risks. I know that there are people that literally just want to rage bait. They want a reaction out of you a lot of the time. Um, Admittedly, I'm not perfect at it, and I will give them like a quippy response and then like block them. Sometimes,
Yeah.
which isn't the best advice. Don't do that. Just block. I'm just petty, with that. Um, but I think especially through growing up in such a hostile environment through dance, it definitely gives you some tougher skin.
Mm.
Getting yelled at and belittled every single day, it's as you grow up, um, it breeds some tough skin. And I feel like I'm lucky enough to be in a position where I can handle this and I'm capable of doing this. That not everybody is. And that I have some kind of responsibility to do what good I can right now. And this is my way of doing that.
100%. I think you're doing a great job too.
Thank you. So are you.
Thanks. Do you know, was it Saber who kind of made a reel recently about Nancy Mace or some like crazy politician tweeting about her, and then she was like getting death threats and she even had to move because she got doxxed or something like that. Seeing that kind of those real life implications of trans people being like out online is terrifying, but she's still making videos and it's like really cool to see.
Yeah, and that didn't bring her down. I'm hopeful that like that kind of a response to it where it didn't bring her down. She's still out there, still making great content and very successful, it seems. Um, I'm hopeful that that deters some of it because they're afraid of us. Why else would they target us relentlessly?
Yeah. It is like really scary to be trans in general right now, even offline. So to see people like you and Saber and Ivory like kind of being yourselves and like smiling and educating people, like it keeps me going because sometimes I'm like I doubt myself and like I get a little scared too.
Oh yeah, and that's totally understandable. I get like that too sometimes, or days where I'm like totally demotivated, but then like I'll see one of my friends, like you or Ivory or London or someone post something, and I'm like, oh, that's so cool. I have like an idea of what to build on this, or like, oh, that gave me this idea, or like I'll see someone just post something like nice, like, oh, I love seeing like a positive like trans person online or just something sweet and nice and simple, and it's like, oh, that's what's keeping me going.
Yeah, watching your videos inspires me a lot because I'm always trying to think of like more topics to talk about and like in a funny way, and like you come up with things that I'm like I haven't even thought of that, but that's so cool, and it just kind of inspires me to like continue creating.
Yeah, and that's awesome, and I love that we can all like build off of each other, um and like that we can all like help each other come up in this space. That's my big goal, is that when I like if and when I find success in this, I want to bring others up with me. I don't want it to just be limited to myself.
100%. And especially like as a very targeted demographic, it's not a competition between us. It's like, that's why I'm so excited that you wanted to work together on MTF school. It's like, I just want, like, I want to lift everyone up. And, we all like, we're having fun together. So, like, there's no reason for us to, like, be petty and compete or anything. Or, like, it's all like we're helping each other grow.
Exactly. And that's what I want the most. I want us all to find success.
Yeah. What are your goals for your social media career?
It would be nice to have another source of income because I'm low key kind of struggling with that right now, but that's secondary. Secondary to like just being a positive. I could make no money ever from this. I could be completely demonetized and I would still do it because I am providing people the same kind of space that helped me come out during the pandemic. I used to watch this streamer. Her name was Demon Mama. She no longer streams, unfortunately, but at the time, it was like her community being very open to me asking questions and talking with them. Um, that just helped me realize that I was trans.
Yeah.
So this is also, besides everything else, like a way to pay it forward, to create that same kind of space that allows people to ask questions and have someone there to respond, whether that's me or somebody else. I love that I can provide that same kind of environment for somebody else.
I think that's like one of the best gifts you can give to trans people who may not know that they're trans yet, or who are early on in their transitions, or who don't have a supportive environment, or aren't brave enough to be putting themselves out online like we try to. So I think that's a really cool point.
Yeah, it's important.
What advice would you have for other trans people who want to become influencers?
I would say try something like Threads first for a while. That was kind of like my warm up, and it wasn't me putting my face out there all the time, at least. And it got me used to criticism and to talking with people and getting used to like taking it in a smaller step. Don't immediately, it's like learning to walk. You don't immediately learn to walk. You learn to crawl, and then you start slowly taking baby steps, and then you learn to walk. You don't immediately start walking. Don't immediately start walking into content. Just take it slow. That's what helped me.
Yeah. You also find so many creative ways to keep your output very high, like just doing sit-ups. Like, could you explain where that idea came from?
So that idea came from me being a little bit of a slacker and procrastinating doing like ab workouts at first for like rock climbing because I would find like the more the better that I would get at it, the more I'd find like, oh, I have like zero ab strength and barely any upper body strength. Like, I've been shocked by the amount of support that I've gotten on it. Honestly, I knew it would be like less watched than my main content, but I do have people that specifically like look for these episodes every day and
Yeah.
keep coming back to them. I mean, on Instagram, I'm immediately thinking of someone. I'm blanking on their name. I wish I could shout them out right now. But they comment like a GIF every single time, like just a celebrating GIF. And that's like they're coming back to watch it every single day. And that's so cool.
That's really, and it keeps you going too. It's like, oh, I'm getting a positive response. Like, because it takes so much energy and effort and like blood, sweat, and tears to put this much content out this frequently, like, no matter how you're feeling or what's going on in your real life. So it's really cool, like, when you get that kind of small validation from people.
It's amazing.
And to address the big chungus in the room, who is Big Chungus and why is he your hero?
So I have this inside joke on my page that um Biggie Cheese is like my secret lover. Um and admittedly it's a bit of an inside joke, but my lovely fiance got this as a birthday gift, or I'm blanking. No, it was a graduation gift, as a graduation gift, and hung it up in their dorm for like a month at the very end of their college experience.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they moved in for a little bit, they brought it here, and it's lived here ever since. And it has to be a part of my background now because why would I ever pan the camera away from Biggie Cheese?
Exactly. You're like it's like your podcast episode, but you are sharing it completely like 50% with you're sharing the frame with Biggie G.
I
I
mean,
fucking love it.
it should be 100, but
It's iconic. It just makes me laugh when I see your reels.
good that he's doing his job literally by doing nothing, just by smiling.
It's the aura farming.
Yes, he is aura farming.
What message would you have for your followers who may be watching this?
Well, if you've watched thus far, thank you so much for watching and for supporting not only my work, but AJ's work. And I highly, 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 highly recommend that you check out Will of the Hunted, MTF School, and AJ's pages. All of them are very worthwhile, and she does amazing work. If you love what I do and have watched this whole podcast because of it, you will love her content. It's very similar, and she puts out amazing work, genuinely.
Thank you. I'm so glad. I've been wanting to ask you on the pod for a while, but I was like really excited to kind of get to know you. And yeah, I really enjoy working with you, and I have so much fun like seeing what you come up with for like Trans Ed Tuesdays and stuff.
Yeah, I've it's been an honor, honestly. Like at first I was very like, oh, you want to combine it into one thing, but after like committing to it, it's I don't see how it could have gone any other way in hindsight. It's been very worthwhile, and it's definitely, I think, helped both of us more than we probably realize. And people enjoy it too. People come back for the series and really enjoy it.
That page has like 16, almost 1,700 followers.
Yeah, and that's
It's
amazing.
crazy.
That's a testament mainly to you because you put out more content on there than me. But I've hoped that I've had some amount of help in that too. I've been looking forward to this for like ever since you asked me on. I've been looking forward to coming on here. It's been honestly great, and every time that a Will of the Hunted episode that you like tease it on your Instagram page, I always, always, always repost it. Always.
I see that, and I really appreciate it. It's such a small like little podcast, but it's funny because like originally that was my whole goal of like doing social media was to promote that and get ready for that. And then MTF school was like an accidental thing that happened where like I was like making jokes and I was like, oh, people like what they don't teach you in MTF school. And then like it started to catch on and like it's funny because like that has done way better than this podcast, but honestly it's fine. Like people need to laugh too, and then we get to have the serious and like really heartfelt conversations on here.
Yeah, and sometimes the best things happen as an accident too
Yeah.
in life.
Yeah. And I'm so glad that um that I got to meet you and that I got to like and I get to enjoy your content. So
Same back. It's I wouldn't trade any of this. I wouldn't trade any of this for the world. It's been like such a highlight, and the best thing that has happened to me it this year 2025 has been starting doing all of this, meeting you, Ivory, um, London, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I could keep going on and naming so many other amazing people that I've met through this, but this has been like the greatest um, random decision that I made in July.
so where can everyone follow you? Do you do which platforms are you on? Are you still on Threads too?
So technically, I'm still on Threads and Blue Sky. I very rarely post on either of those, though. I would say that you're more likely to find video form content of me on TikTok, on YouTube Shorts, and on Instagram. Those are where I post every single day. And I have been posting every single day, I believe, since I started in July. And I'm going to continue to do so. I really, really enjoy it. And I hope that you'll go check not only me out, but AJ out as well.
And are you at Aframs APHRUMS on everything?
Yes, on on everything that you can find me on.
Thank you again so much for coming on, and it was really great getting to know you better. And I'm so excited to continue working with you and continue seeing what you put out.
I'm always an honor, always an honor. I love collaborating with you, and it's been great coming on here, great collaborating, and I'm looking forward to everything in the future.
Me too. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And thank you again to our guest, Afra. Please follow her everywhere. And just remember that you are not alone. And if you need any help, go to thewillofthehunted.com/resources and keep watching our show every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. And we'll see you next week. Bye. Sweet. We're all set.
Hell yeah.
You are not alone. And if you need help, go to thewillofthehunted.com/resources.